టైప్ చేసి మీకు ఇచ్చాను అరట్లేదు. Okay. Please give your attendance. 1, 2, 4, 5. Sound is very much. 5. Akash. 6. Number 6. 7. 9. 9. 10. 10. 11. 12. 13. Last one was last. Say it. Again, you attendance. You attendance carry type of sales maintain. Number 3, 4, 6, 9. Okay, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 21, 19. 21, 4, Nagamani, 27, Pawan Kumar, 29, 33, 34, 35, 42, 44, 46, 49, 50, 51, 54, 54, 55, 58, 60, 62, 66, 76, 77, 79, 83, 84, 86, 89, 92, 93, 95, A3, A4, A5, A6, B4, C0. I will just read out the option is 9, 24, 50, C0. Okay. This is WhatsApp. So what we are studying in the last class, this is module 3, fundamental technical analysis we have discussed. Okay. So before going to module 4, valuation of securities, the phone number. Rajesh, before going to this who will summarize this module 3? Module 3, fundamental analysis and technical analysis. Please summarize, some of you. We have studied about fundamental analysis, technical analysis in the module. Like what? Organic course. Who will summarize? One of you, please. Yes, sir. So, summarize.
Module 3, fundamental analysis. It is a framework for analyzing a company and it's a top-down approach. We have seen about intrinsic value. This intrinsic value is also called as true value of an investment, reference value or benchmark. Based on this intrinsic value, the investor can estimate and able to buy a share. Investors make an attempt to study everything that can affect the share price. There are 3 levels of fundamental analysis: economic analysis, industry analysis and company analysis. The factors of economic analysis are GDP, interest rates, performance of security market, inflation rate, taxation policy and rates, foreign direct investment, supply and demand of money, government borrowing and loans, consumer and goods mark, balance of payments. The major tools of economic analysis are gross domestic product, fiscal policy, monetary policy, savings rate, exchange rate. And there are industry analysis factors such as defense, which makes in India for the world. Defense exports grew by 33.4% in the last 5 years. India now exporting 75 countries into collaborative efforts. And coming to company analysis, Hindustan Aeronautics is India's largest defense public sector unit. 80% of flight platforms are supported by AAM and R&D sectors. Financial analysis, profit and loss account, balance sheet, order book and returns on equity, and stocks emojis. Every stock has an emoji. We can find everything about the stock, whether it rises or falls. It is visualized by using PV tools, the graphs, charts, emojis. And Porter's model. And we have seen about indicators and their impact on the stock market. Some indicators are gross national product, general employment position, domestic earnings rate, interest rate, foreign exchange position, balance of trade, balance of payments and deficit financing. And the favorable impact for gross national product is high growth rate, unfavorable impact is low growth rate. For general employment position, favorable impact is full or almost full employment and unfavorable impact is coming to industrial analysis, it is a second phase of analysis, detailed analysis of a specific industry, studied about the industry's characteristics, past records, present state and future position of prospectors. Purpose of industry analysis, identifying those industries with the potential for future growth to invest in equity shares of companies selected from such industries. Life cycle of an industry has four distinct phases: pioneering stage, expansion stage, stagnation stage and declining stage. How to find the stages of an industry? Specific phase of an industry in terms of its sales, volume and value and profitability. Industries doing well today may be faced with stagnation and decline in future. Exchanging statutory controls, excess capacity, cutthroat competition, result of rising prices. Pioneering stage. Technology and product are relatively new. It may faces actually losses. Not many companies or in industries. Initial 5 to 10 years most critical period. Companies have greatest chance of failing. Take time to establish company and new products. Expansion stage or growth stage or incline stage. Once an industry is established, many new companies may enter in it. Each company funds a market for itself, developing own strategies to sell. Stagnation stage or maturity stage. Growth of the company or industrial stabilizes. Ability of the industry to grow appears have been lost. Introduction of technological innovation or a new product. Decline stage. Eventually, industry declines. Products are no longer popular. Risk is high. Return low, even negative. Company analysis, and we have seen about company analysis, stock analysis, revenue, dividend analysis, profitability metrics, cash flow ratios, activity ratio, importance of capital market for any economy. Economic growth is done by capital markets. We have seen about technical analysis, which is used by traders and speculators. The attempt to forecast stock prices on the basis of market. Technical analysis, also known as quantitative analysis, usually at a price, volume and psychological indicators over time. Basic technical analysis tools are trend lines, candlestick, moving averages, bar chart, line chart, pricing patterns. Types of investors are intraday, short term, medium term, long term. And the candlestick has upper stick and lower stick and real body. Charting stocks are bar charts, and bar charts and Japanese candlestick charts, point and figure charts, line charts. Moving averages. MACD, it is a momentum indicator that shows the relationship between two moving averages of price. RSI is based on two factors, overbought and oversold. It is a momentum indicator that measures the magnitude of recent price changes to evaluate overbought or oversold conditions in the prices of stocks or other assets. RSI is calibrated as 100 minus 100 divided by 1 plus average gain divided by average loss. If RSI is reading of 70 or above indicators, it is overbought. If RSI is reading 30 or below, it is oversold.
Very good.
ADX, average director index. ADX is greater than 25 is strong trend and less than 15 it is weak trend. Industry analysis.
Much point ADX. Stand for the trend.
Next, continue. Framework for general non-financial analysis of company. There are many aspects in it like history, promoters and management, technology, facilities and production range, marketing, selling and distribution, environment, and we have seen about annual reports of companies and valuation metrics.
Very good. I don't just even in Japan. Very good, very nice, very comprehensive. So that is module 3. Okay. Now we will go to this module 4, valuation of securities. So what is it? Somewhat related. What exactly the valuation methods we use for the valuation of securities? So what is our fundamental problem in this fundamental analysis or technical, that is valuation of securities? Our fundamental objective is I want to identify this price in securities. That means what I am deciding is that there is one thing called market price. There is a market price which is being observed every day, every minute, every second. There is a market price and there is some sort of intrinsic value. Okay. So I am assuming that there is a mismatch between intrinsic value and market price. Market price is observed in the market. Now when I find that this intrinsic value is greater than market price, what I will do? I will buy. So by some estimates, suppose you think that this Adani Ports is going down very much. No, its value has come down. Market price is very less. So by your estimate, you will go and buy that this price is security. Then only I will get profit. But how to decide intrinsic value? Intrinsic value, I will say intrinsic value is also not your estimate. Estimated value. You are estimating that Adani Ports is some price, some 800 rupees, but it has fallen to say some 500 rupees. So I will go and buy. If I that is how I am estimating this using various models I am estimating. That I will come to various methods are there to calculate the intrinsic value. Next step. So why? Because if there is some intrinsic value, some security, intrinsic value is less than market price. What I will do? I will sell. So here I say that it is underpriced. Here I say that overpriced. So I assume that a lot of people will keep on searching for this underpricing of securities. What we are doing in the securities market or stock market or financial market, we are continuously trying to search for underpriced securities to buy, overpriced securities to sell. And then only you make profit. So, lot of analysts, any type of persons, people with money, people with knowledge, people with risk, all these people will go to the market and try to search for mispriced securities, either underpriced securities to buy, overpriced securities to sell. We assume that the market will ultimately come to the correct value. Like sometimes the market may wait for long. If you purchase other securities at 400, other Ports at 400, it may still go down to 300 or 200 and test your patience. Because now it has gone up, everybody is wise by hindsight. అదే వాడు పోయారు నేను చెప్పాను కదా చెప్పాను ఇప్పుడు వాడు కొన్నాడు నీకు చెప్తాడు నేను అనుకున్నాను కదా స్టాక్ మార్కెట్ అనుకునేవాడు ఎక్కున్నాను నేను కొనాలనుకున్నాను సార్ అది బికాస్ ఆఫ్టర్ ద ఈవెంట్ ఎవ్రీబడి విల్ బి వైస్ After event, we think that you might have purchased this, I might have bought this much profit. So, this is the subject of valuation. How to determine intrinsic value or estimated value. There are various methods like balance sheet methods, discounted cash flow methods, and relative valuation methods. So we say that there are three types of techniques for this valuation. That is, one is balance sheet techniques. Or you can write. Another thing is discounted cash flow techniques. Relative valuation techniques. Very good. You have proved. You know the things, but you should not be afraid. Some people are telling you, sir, the syllabus is not over, that's why I am postponing my exam. Sir, you think you know. You need not be afraid of something. And you keep on postponing that. Again, some other examination will come. Again, you postpone. You will take this. Because we have practice and we go initiate this work. రేపు కంపెనీకి పోతాడు మీరు కంపెనీకి జాయిన్ అవుతారు ఏదో చేయమని సిలబస్ కాలేసారంటే యూ హ్యావ్ టు గో ఎవ్రీథింగ్ ఈజ్ అవైలబుల్ ఇన్ ద ఇంటర్నెట్ యూట్యూబ్ గూగుల్ ప్రాక్టీస్ సెషన్ ఇస్ దేర్ మార్క్ టెస్ట్ ఆర్ దేర్ and also I am very happy to say that due to our increase in popularity many people are coming to hide somebody is said this some companies they have contacted me like finance companies, Carcadia company, Invesco, some of the HRs keeping in touch. Maybe another 1 or 2 months I said some people are NISM. I have promised them there are some people who are going to be certified. I will give those students. So we will more effort better. You move over. You move over and model test and practice and assume just go. So first thing is don't waste time. And you should put effort and keep up. There are a lot of people waiting for our Carcadia. I was saying overall hiring all over India. So I said 20 people you select from our college. So we rated దానికి మనం ఏంటంటే మనం రెడీగా ఉండాలి. జిమ్ ఎగ్జామ్ చెప్పాను కదా ఫైనల్ సెమిస్టర్లో మన స్టూడెంట్కి సార్ నేను ఎందుకు సెలెక్ట్ కావడం లేదు సార్ అప్పుడు ఫస్ట్ టైం దగ్గర కనిపించుకున్నాను ఆయన వచ్చి ఎఫర్ట్ పెడతా ఉంటాయి కదా డోంట్ థింక్ దట్ రిక్రూట్మెంట్ ఈజ్ అన్ ఎంటైటిల్మెంట్ నువ్వు రెడీగా ఉంటే if you do the things, if you get certified, get knowledge, then companies will hire from us. You keep quiet, you don't do any exams, you don't get certified, you don't practice, you don't come to finance lab, you don't open this thing, sir, this is Saturday, this is Sunday, some festival is there, I'm going home, all these things, they don't, excuses don't get us results. Only effort, confusion ఉన్నారు ఇవన్నీ ఉన్నాయంటే మన ఎఫర్ట్ పెట్టకపోతే మన ఇన్వెంటెడ్ సక్సెస్ అవుతుంది. How many people have got some 800 people? So how much effort you have gone into planning, preparation, strategy, background? మీరు ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ చెప్తాను నేను ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ చెప్పాను కదా ఐ విల్ కీప్ ఆన్ డూయింగ్ దట్ బ్యాక్గ్రౌండ్. So like that you should be thorough. You should not depend on any lecturer, any any syllabus, all these things, syllabus completion, lecture has not come. It is so now. This is an age where everything is available to you. We can take arts to that, but we can't make it. So no excuses. For ఈ రోజు నుంచి కూడా అందరూ మీరు my aim is to get all of these 50 people good, finance, investment banking jobs, not some sales jobs. So we go, we have everything. We get some motivation there. So there are 3 types of scenarios: undervalued, fairly valued, overvalued. Okay. So and also this now in last we have studied something called EMH. What do you mean by this EMH? Efficient market hypothesis. What does it tell? Normally it says that there is no possibility of profiting from the market. But a lot of people will try to profit from the market by using various techniques: fundamental analysis, technical analysis, underpriced, overpriced. Okay. So because so many people are going and trying to estimate prices, the profit from prices. Okay. So these type of people are important for the market. Fluctuations like that. This will provide an opportunity. Market will go to extremes. Suddenly there is a lot of correction. There is a lot of price rise. Okay. So this type of when you see the long term, everything will work out. There is a lot of people who are in the long term, who are in the short term, all these things. How these trades are happening? Because one person thinks that it is overvalued, another person thinks that it is undervalued. Industry oriented course law. Examples are stock market examples. Hindenburg, what's that? Hindenburg thinks that it is overvalued. Some investors may think it is undervalued. So it is a different opinions, different views. That makes a market. So there are 3 types of equity valuation models. Present value models are discounted cash flow models. On average, dust free checks, dust heavy checks. Blue dust వస్తుంది. Dust free ఉన్నాయి. So అంటే మనకి present value models are discounted cash flow models. అసలు ఏంటి కాన్సెప్ట్? ప్రజెంట్ వాల్యూ ఆర్ డిస్కౌంటెడ్ క్యాష్ ఫ్లో అంటే ఏంటి? ఎందుకు టైం వాల్యూ ఆఫ్ మనీ?
ఎంత మనకి వస్తుందో ప్రెసెంట్ మనం ఎస్టిమేట్ చేసి ఇప్పుడు మనం ఇన్వెస్ట్ చేస్తే ఫ్యూచర్ మనకి ఎక్కువ అమౌంట్ వస్తుందని.
అంటే ఇప్పుడు ద బేసిక్ కాన్సెప్ట్ ఈస్ ఐ వాంట్ టు వాల్యూ ఎనీ అసెట్. వాట్ ఈస్ ద వాల్యూ ఆఫ్ ఎనీ అసెట్? the fundamental principle of in finance is that you discount the cash flows from the asset. Value of the asset. Any asset, value of any asset. Value of any asset is equal to discount the cash flows from the asset. Asset in the Kotama, why we purchase any asset?
Price goes. Capitalization.
Or what is called an asset? If there is cash flow,
money, sir. Generates money.
who generates money? Very well. Appreciate it. Fundamental understanding of what is an asset is very important. Okay. Asset cash flow ఇవ్వాలి. Asset is something which gives me cash flow. If I purchase a house, what type of cash flows will come? Rent, okay. Very good. Rent. If you purchase a house, rent will come. Next.
Capital
If you
gains.
want to, yes. If you want to sell it after 10 years,
Yes, sir.
there may be
Capital
gains. Terminal value of the asset. After 10 years, what is my value of the house? But this rent, I can't, I will get after 1 month, 2 months like that. No, it is a spread over. So how to get into the present value? I have to discount it. I have to discount it. Suppose you know it is coming after. Every 10 years it is coming rent. So I will keep on discount. Then I will get an estimate. What is the estimate of a house? Estimated value of the house. In house konali. ఎంత కొనాలి? 50 లక్షలు కొనాలా, 60 కొనాలా, 70 కొనాలా? This is one of the technique. పక్కన ఉండే హౌస్ 60 అవుతుంది, 55, and that is their relative valuation. So ఈ house ni, if I have to, the value of the house, if I have to estimate by taking these cash flows and discount it, that is one technique which is called discounted cash flow techniques or present value technique. Okay. అదే కంపెనీ అయితే మీ కంపెనీ షేర్స్ అయితే ఏమొస్తాయి? వాట్ విల్ ద క్యాష్ ఫ్లోస్ వి ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ ఫ్రమ్ కంపెనీ షేర్స్? డివిడెండ్స్. నెక్స్ట్
Capital appreciation.
yes, capital appreciation. Same thing. Then you discount the dividends by itself. When they are coming, okay. Now suppose any asset, suppose bond is there. What is the difference between equity share and a bond?
10 years, bonds with 10 years.
Bond has a fixed life. Bond suppose 10 year, 20 year like that. What is the life of the equity share?
Shorting a day.
What is the
Choice.
lifetime of equity share?
Investor choice. Investor choice.
Could be liquidated within a day.
No, suppose if I purchase the equity share, how many years it is expected to give dividend?
At least 1 year.
How many years? Or what is the life of a company It is a, we say that it is a ongoing concern. It has infinite life. We assume that the company has, unless it is liquidated. We assume that a company can go on for 100 years, 200 years. That's the basic assumption is that the company has a perpetual life. Company has a separate legal entity, it doesn't depend upon the directors or all this. Company has its own person. So because bond is fixed, right? Fixed. Bond is interest income. So if I want to value the bond, I have to take the interest. What is the maturity value? Okay. Again, what I will do, interest because it is coming at different time periods. Again, I will discount. And another type of instrument, we have something called preference share. What is the difference between equity share and preference share?
Profit or interest?
Yeah. Certain percentage, fixed percentage of dividend. What is the percentage of dividend fixed on equity share? How much equity share gives dividend? How much dividend equity shares give me? It depends upon the profits. Okay, next.
Reinvestment.
If I purchase Infosys share, how much dividend it should give?
Some company regulation.
8 are the company regulation.
Policies.
8 of us.
Dividend policy.
And no dividend.
Dividend policy.
Okay.
Equity shareholders are actual owners, 100% dividend.
Okay. So that means as an equity shareholder, you are not entitled to any dividend. It is optional. You can't demand dividend. So they will conduct a board meeting. They will decide that this year I am not giving any dividend. We will go to next year. Understand? Because the board of directors decided there is no dividend for this year. You can't go on to dharna in front of the process. Because as an equity shareholder, you assume accepted the contract that this I will take this much risk and I am not entitled to it. If you want to fix the percentage of dividend, you will go for preference shares. In preference shares, they will have preference over equity shares. Preference over equity shares, that's paying the dividend. So this is called your dividend discount model. If you discount the dividend being paid, suppose at the end of first year I am getting a dividend of D1. Suppose it is for 1 year. At the end of the year, D1 dividend is paid. At the end of 1 year, the price should be some P1. So what is its value now? P0 means what? Present value. D1 means dividend. Where? Dividend. Dividend at the end of first year. So discount it to one year. This is called a 1 year model. Now, if I think these dividends are going for, initially it is D1, next it will be, some growth will be there like this. Like how many years it will go on for infinity. Then this can be written as if it is an infinite, we assume that a company has infinite life. Okay. So this is also called Gardner's model. In financial management, dividend is called Gardner's model. Modic and Miller's model. Walter's model. Okay. We'll come to that equations. Next. Now G and the growth rate of dividends. G means growth rate of dividends. Because investor is happy, investor expects some growth in the dividends here. Because the company is growing, he also expects some growth. Okay. So to keep the investor happy, they will follow a dividend policy that they at least they will keep it stable. So if there is a constant growth, then what is our formula? That is D1 by R minus this is also what we call Gardner's. Which type of share has growth 0? Dividend growth 0? From which type of shares? Suppose when I fix a dividend percentage, the company will not change the dividend, increase the dividend. Preference share, very good. In case of preference share, growth rate of dividend is 0. Then the model will become D1 by R. Very good. In case of preference shares, The estimate of intrinsic value is d1 by r. ఇవన్నీ ఉన్నాయా కృష్ణ? మీ ఇంకా ఎస్ఎం ఉన్నాయా? Having come to such a analysis. So first note of this Gardner's growth model. Any questions you have? Just are you able to follow? Constant growth model. There's some assumptions we make in finance. These models we make because it is a simplification. So in this valuation itself, there is a 1000 pages book. This is called Bible of valuation. In a very famous person, in YouTube, Aswat Damodaran. He is called Dean of Valuation. So, మీరు అంటే ప్రజెంట్ బుక్లు ఎవరు చదువుతున్నట్లేదు. ఈ బుక్ చదవాలంటే ఏ రోజు పడుతుంది? ఒక లైఫ్ టైం కూడా పడుతుంది. నేను తెచ్చుకున్నాను కానీ ఓపెన్ చేయలేదు. Why you are doing all these things? Listen here. Yes, sir, why you are doing all these things? What is the aim of our chapter.
To know whether the share is overvalued or undervalued.
Very good. Intrinsic value. I want to decide immaterial of the market price, what is the intrinsic value of it. Because market price goes on changing every day, every minute. But I should have some estimate of intrinsic value. So that whether I can buy or sell. So, this intrinsic value, again I am repeating this one. This can be done by 3 methods. What are the 3 methods? We can estimate. DCF techniques. Next thing, balance sheet. Next thing, so when I say that it is present value or DCF techniques, how do I estimate intrinsic value? Intrinsic value will be equal to present value of future expected cash flows. Yes, NP. So, the main problem is we think it is an asset, but it is a liability. Main, we should differentiate between what is the difference between asset and liability? Asset generates income, asset generates cash flows. But now society thinks that car is an asset.
It's a liability.
It is a liability. మీకు చాలా బ్యూటిఫుల్ బుక్ ఒకటి ఉంది మీరు వెరీ గుడ్ because car loses its value once we come out of the showroom. Once I come out of the showroom, it can be repurchased only at 50%.
అసెట్ అంటే గుడ్ మనీ ఇన్ యువర్ పాకెట్, లైబిలిటీ అంటే గుడ్ నాట్ మనీ ఇన్ యువర్ పాకెట్.
House is an asset because it gives you some rent and some capital decision. But here, car will depreciate. You have to pay car a lot of maintenance. Yes. Balance sheet. Balance sheet techniques very just out there. Balance sheet techniques we estimate the value of the assets and liabilities of the company. Another method is your balance sheet model. Just clear here. Again, that is, we estimate the value of assets and liabilities and decide that the company is worth this much. another type of methods is there. If the company sales is this much, I mean, if company sales is 100 crores, I will say that the value of the company is some 500 crores. Some multiples of the you say that there is a program coming Shark Tank.
Shark Tank.
So మీరు ఎంతమందికి లింక్డ్ఇన్ అకౌంట్ ఉంది? చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్. ఇంకా మీరు లింక్డ్ఇన్ ఓపెన్ చేయడం లేదంటున్నారు. ఇవన్నీ చూసారు కదా.
అప్డేట్ అవ్వట్లేదు సార్.
ఇప్పుడు one of the important skills is recruiters hiring from LinkedIn. LinkedIn లో చూసి మీ రైటింగ్ తర్వాత మీ నాలెడ్జ్ అంతా ఎస్టిమేట్ చేస్తారు. సో వాళ్ళకి చెప్పారు LinkedIn skills is the most important in this premium. So this is called price to sales multiple. If my sales is this much, the company is value next year EPS. EPS is 10. So I have to give a E multiple of 40. Based on earnings multiple. EPS, earnings per share. So company can be valued on price to sales multiples, earnings multiples, or another thing is book value. If my book value is 100, my price is 300. So price to book value is 3. Book value అంటే నా book value ఇచ్చేది కదా కంపెనీ అకౌంటింగ్ బుక్స్ లో నా వాల్యూ ఎంత ఉంది కంపెనీ వాల్యూ. What is the where is I describe my accounting records. But price will be multiple of that book value. Sales, I am generating some 1 crore sales. Suppose seeking that team is generating 1 crore sales per every month. If you go now and give me for 1 crore means it will leave you. Because it is a cash flow generating. It is a generating cash flow every year 1 crore. So you will say that I will give you only at 20 crores. I am giving an asset, the cash flow is generating. So there is a price sales, PY, book value. 3 types of multiples we use now. So intrinsic value here is estimated multiple of some fundamental value, that is sales, earnings, three types of methods. Clear na? Follow. Em follow yes. There are 3 methods. What are the 3 methods you can use? To find out the intrinsic value of any company. నేను రిపీటెడ్ చెప్పేది ఎందుకంటే నేను రిపీటెడ్గా దాన్ని ఎంఫసైజ్ చేసేది మీరు రాత్రి 12 గంటలకు వస్తాను నేను చెప్పాలి వాట్ ఆర్ ద 3 methods to estimate the intrinsic value of company? DCF or present value techniques, balance sheet techniques. Okay. So in case of first method, DCF valuation techniques, how do we find out the intrinsic value? How do we calculate the intrinsic value? I discount all the cash flows from the asset. In case of equity share, it is a dividend, equity dividend. and in case of preference shares it is a fixed dividend, in case of bonds it is a interest income. Next, second method, balance sheet technique. What are the balance sheet technique? Yeah, based on the assets and liabilities. What is the third this thing? We will give you a chance to prepare it. Samyukta will give some relative valuation techniques. What we do in the relative valuation techniques to find out the intrinsic value. मुझे को relative valuation techniques and you Ramayana sir, last one. Relative valuation techniques means multiple of some fundamental value. What is some fundamental value? Sales, earnings, book value. These are most popular. Sales at a P by S, price to sales ratio. Earnings at a price to EPS, P by E ratio. Is not a P by E ratio? Unless a first time your finance P by E ratio. P by E ratio.
Profit by earning.
So, price to sales, price to earnings, price to book value. You move to the final end with the department. These are the most important metrics for valuing any company based on relative valuation methods. Relative valuation is meal price bucket value square feet comparison. 9,000 SFT what is 2,000 SFT some sort of matrix in SFT అలాగే కంపెనీ మెట్రిక్స్ ఏంటి సేల్స్ ఎర్నింగ్స్ బుక్ వాల్యూ మీకు ఇవన్నీ కూడా జాగ్రత్త వెరీ కంఫర్టబుల్ ఉంటాయి పి బై ఈ రేషియో చూస్తారు కదా
Sales.
Here notes and clarification. They are trying to see how to calculate intrinsic value of the company. మీకు ఎనీ డౌట్స్ కానీ సజెషన్స్ కానీ మనం మేజర్ ట్రై చేసాము ట్రై చూసి మాడ్యూల్ 4 రాసుకున్నాం. మాడ్యూల్ 4 మాకు స్టార్ట్ కాలేదు సార్. మాడ్యూల్ 4 వాల్యుయేషన్ ఆఫ్ సెక్యూరిటీస్. There are 3 types of securities we try to value here. That is equity share, preference share, bond. Okay. So for equity shares can be valued by 3 techniques. What are the 3 techniques? Very good. Balance sheet. Okay, very good. If now we are trying to do, so you go just another point is there is one.
Seminar, national seminar.
And there is one seminar on title
Emerging principles.
here. ఎక్కడ చదువుతుంది?
ఆచార్య నాగార్జున యూనివర్సిటీ. ఆచార్య నాగార్జున యూనివర్సిటీ.
మీరు ప్రాజెక్ట్స్ చేస్తున్నారు కొంతమంది. If any of you are interested to come and project that paper or see other people telling about this, themes around it, is around it. Are you able to see this? Now, can anybody read out these themes?
Financial markets, trends in capital procurement, property issues, investment opportunities for retail investors, fiscal returns in capital market, IPO listing.
IPO listing the returns.
Foreign investment. Foreign direct. Foreign portfolio investment.
సో ఇవన్నీ మనకి రిలేటెడ్. మీరు ఎవరైనా ఒక పారాగ్రాఫ్ రాసుకొని వస్తే వాళ్ళు అక్కడ తీసుకుంటారు. సో స్టూడెంట్స్ ఎంత అన్నట్టు ఫీజు 300. ఓకే, and that they will print a book also. ఎప్పుడు లాస్ట్ డేట్ ఎప్పుడు అన్నాడు? Submission of abstracts. So మీకు ప్రాజెక్ట్ వర్క్ తీసుకున్న abstract. So title డీల్ అబ్స్ట్రాక్ట్ కీవర్డ్స్ ఎవరైనా తయారు చేసేవాళ్ళు ఉంటే అందరూ చేయాలి. ఇది మోస్ట్ యూస్ఫుల్. ఈ ఫైనాన్స్ ఆ టైటిల్స్ అనేవి కాదు, దే విల్ టేక్ రిలేటెడ్ టాపిక్స్. మన క్రిప్టో కరెన్సీస్, తర్వాత ఐపీఓస్, డెరివేటివ్స్, మ్యూచువల్ ఫండ్స్, ఆల్ దీస్ థింగ్స్. ఇట్ విల్ బి అంటే మీకు వెరీ యూస్ఫుల్ టు యూ. సో నాకు 1 వీక్ కొంతమంది ఆల్రెడీ తయారు చేస్తున్నారు. అఖిల్ వీళ్ళు అబ్స్ట్రాక్ట్ పంపిస్తాను. ఎవరెవరు తయారు చేసి నాకు పంపించారు చెప్పండి. దాన్ని పంపిస్తాను, దాన్ని ఎక్స్పెక్ట్ చేయండి. అది విల్ సబ్మిట్. ఆల్ ఆఫ్ యూ ప్రిపేర్ 2 pages రాసు. 2 pages on your topic, a project of topic. Abstract is ready with me. There are some 7-8 people. దాని మీద మీరు కొంచెం ఎక్స్పాండ్ చేయండి. ఓకే, విత్ ఇన్ అనదర్ 2 pages prepare the summary. Because this is very interesting topic, I have selected this conference. నేను షేర్ చేస్తాను, మీరు ఓపెన్ చేయాలి. ఇప్పుడు షేర్ చేయడం ఈజీ, ఓపెన్ చేయడం కష్టం. ఎందుకంటే ఇది నేను నీ గురించి కాదు, నేనే రోజు 100 డాక్యుమెంట్ డౌన్లోడ్ చేసుకుంటాను. కానీ ఓపెన్ చేయండి, ఫోటోలో పెట్టుకుంటాను. ఇంటర్నెట్ ప్రాబ్లం ఏంటంటే ఐ కీప్ ఆన్ డౌన్లోడింగ్ అని ఇంట్రెస్టింగ్ అని ఆడపెట్టేది. అలా అవసరమైనప్పుడు మనకు మళ్ళా డౌన్లోడ్. సో ఇది రాష్ట్రం టైటిల్ రాష్ట్రం. ఇక్కడ ఏంటంటే మనకి అక్కడ నెట్వర్క్స్, తర్వాత డిఫరెంట్ పీపుల్ ఒక ఎక్స్పోజర్ వస్తుంది. సర్టిఫికేట్, లంచ్ అన్ని ఇస్తాడు. అవుట్ ఆఫ్ సిలబస్ మాట్లాడుతుంది. ఇది వాట్ వేర్ డిస్కసింగ్, వాట్ వేర్ దట్ ఈస్ అవుట్ ఆఫ్ క్లాస్. ఐఎమ్ టెలింగ్ సంథింగ్. సో all of you prepare 2 page abstract. Abstract only. Abstract 200 words. Abstract means 200 words. 2 page అంటే దానికి summary లాగా. Offline. 24th February. Selected people, we will go to that Acharya Nagarjuna University, Guntur on 24th, and participate till evening, present our paper, and the network can combine. And you are willing to run 2 days. 2 days lo everything 2 page or 3 page, minimum 2 page. 5 pages just think happy. 5 page is full paper. ఇచ్చాడు కదా వాడు ఏ పేజీ లోపల ఉన్నాడు. authors. చదువు గిరి దగ్గరికి వచ్చి చదువు ప్లీజ్.
The paper should have a separate cover page bearing only title of the paper and another name. Author's name. Author's name, designation, official address, phone number and email addresses. Length of the full paper must not exceed 10 pages, including all tables, appendices and references. Submitted papers must not have must
అసలు దగ్గర
submitted papers must not have been previously presented, published, accepted for publication. Before credit, under review, please note that the institute has a strict and reliance policy, so originality of the work should be ensured by the author. The last guideline, the entire paper, title, abstract, keywords, main text, figures, tables, references, etc. must be in one document created in both MS Word and PDF format. All the pages of the paper must be
వెరీ గుడ్ బాగా ఈ రూల్స్ అనే వరీ కావద్దు. మీరు ఒక 5 pages రాసుకోండి. మనం విల్ గెట్ ఇట్ అండ్ ఫార్మాట్. సో మీరు మినిమం 2 pages, maximum 5 pages మీ టాపిక్ మీద రాసుకొని వస్తే ఐ విల్ ఎడిట్ ఇట్ అండ్ సెండ్ ఇట్ టు ద కాన్ఫరెన్స్. ఓకే, ఇంట్రెస్ట్ ఉన్నవాడు అబ్స్ట్రాక్ట్ ఫస్ట్ అబ్స్ట్రాక్ట్ 200 words ప్లీజ్ ప్రిపేర్. So now what we will see what is happening in the markets for 10 minutes. Because lot of fluctuation is there, I think. RBI rate hike announcement. So you are electron. ఏంటిది మార్కెట్ పాలసీ అంటే?
We have made our own assessment. I mean, other agencies make their own assessments. The Reserve Bank, in the Reserve Bank, we have made our own assessments. And I have said whatever I just said a little while ago and whatever we said in the press note based on our assessment. The large exposure guidelines prescribed by the RBI are fully complied with by all the banks. And so far as the, Indian banking system now, the total, the strength, the size and the resilience of the Indian banking system is now much larger and much stronger to be affected by, an individual incident or a case like this. The banking system is strong. And also, I think this whole perception is coming because of the market capitalization of the shares of the group. When banks
important points is Adani Group's market capitalization. Market capitalization అంటే
What are the
వెరీ గుడ్. మీకు మీరు పెట్టిన గ్రూప్కి టైం పాస్ చేయడానికి కాదు, అన్నగానే రాసుకోవడానికి నోట్ చేసుకోవాలి.
That analysis, if it's a greenfield project, the anticipated cash flows, and so many other things go into the appraisal of, the.
ఇప్పుడు నేను బ్యూటిఫుల్గా చెప్పాడు. మనం చెప్పేది ఎవాల్యుయేషన్ యాంటిసిపేటెడ్ క్యాష్ ఫ్లోస్ ఇవన్నీ యూజ్ చేస్తాను. మీరు రిలేట్ చేసుకోవాలి. అక్కడేదో వస్తుంది రూపాయలు ఇది దేర్ ఇస్ ఇంపార్టెన్స్ ఆఫ్ వాట్ ఎవర్ డిస్కస్.
How do you explain that our domestic banks exposure is against the underlying assets, the operating cash flows, and the projects under implementation, and not based on the market? The exposure as of now is not very significant across all the banks and the NBFCs as well. The exposure against shares of the domestic banks is insignificant.
Thank you, sir. And what was Benjus from the West Trust Committee became? Hi, Governor. The 6.4% is achievable happen given the external risk.
Given the
External risk. Is it an achievable target? Last time we lowered the target many times. Or are you in a comfortable position to repeat the same? Even now the GDP growth is good. The budget has expected 10%. From 15.5% this year.
See, last year we had initially given 7.8%, if I recall correctly. Then, of course, the war started in Europe and so many other developments took place. But I think I'll leave it to Dr. Patra to take that question.
So first of all, on your question, we recognize that the global situation may result in net exports becoming a drag. And therefore, if you see 2023-24 relative to 2023, there is a deceleration from 7% to 6.4%. That actually factors in back from net exports. As of now, given current projections of world trade, world output by international agencies which are factoring in here, it is achieved. Yeah. And these are year-on-year forecasts, so they have a momentum and a base effect. Some of it is coming from the base, that is 22-23.
No, I think that discussion can continue after the press conference. Sorry for that, but yeah.
Thank you, sir. I invite Gopika Gopakumar from the wing to ask a question.
Thank you, Yogesh. Sir, this is with respect to liquidity. You said that the liquidity remains surplus, although it's lower compared to last year. Now, and you are looking at different liquidity operations on both sides of the land. Where would you want to see the liquidity? Is there some level now you're looking at before it starts normalizing?
You see, in the beginning of this financial year, I think the liquidity was about 7 to 8 lakh crores in April 22. Now the average daily LAF, I have given out the number, I think it is 1,60,000, 1.6 lakh crore, I have mentioned it in the statement. And during this period also, on I think couple of occasions, on 2 occasions, we undertook variable rate repo operations for very short periods when there was a little bit of a stress in the liquidity situation. Our effort, and as my colleague Deputy Governor M.K. Jain pointed out, the LCR, the liquidity coverage ratio of the banks is much more than I would not say much more, but quite a bit more than our LCR norms. So they have that much of liquidity to support their lending. And the CD ratios are also quite, at very, very reasonable levels. So there is a lot of capacity with the banks to continue their lending operations. Now, your question is where we will?
What kind of levels do you see? Because we have the TNT redemptions.
Yeah, that will depend on the evolving situation. It's difficult for me to, pinpoint and give out a number. It will depend on the evolving situation. And the credit offtake, the needs of the economy, but we have given a statement that we will we will sort of keep in mind, we will be responsive to the needs of the productive sectors of the economy so far as liquidity is concerned. Under that broad principle, we will act. Exact number difficult to say because there are several moving parts.
From the business standpoint. Thank you, sir. Now, monetary policy acts with the lag, we all know. 50 basis point hike in a matter of 6 months, 8 months is a large hike. As some of the external members have suggested, why don't we can step back and see how the previous hikes pan out. What is holding you against that? Is it core inflation that you are bothered about? That is why you are not indicating any future guidance on a pause or something?
You see, I have said in my statement, and the MPC resolution also says that at this point of time, a 25 basis point hike is considered as appropriate, taking into account where the mix of factors and the data that we have ahead of us, but data is always backward looking. We have also looked at the outlook, which is more forward looking. So at current juncture, the MPC felt that a 25 basis point hike is warranted very much. And I have also said that since we have moderated the pace of hike, 50, then we did last time 35, now we have done 25. So this gives us room, it's there in the statement, this gives us elbow room to assess the impact of the actions undertaken so far. So it's a constant exercise which is going on and we will continue to assess that and take an appropriate call as we go into the future. So therefore I would suggest that, only reply on the basis of the APC's decision which is based on majority decision. So far as individual members who have given a different point of view, I think you have to wait for the minutes, the respective minutes of each of the members to come to draw your conclusions. You would like to add?
One thing. Do you think that the bank should be proactive, prudent, it's a sign of prudence, to increase provisioning, standardized provisioning to that particular group? Because the going is good now. They are in a position to do that. Generally, RBI can't say that when the going is good, we should increase the provisioning.
You see, we have given our regulatory guidelines. Banks, I think, the first...
Any doubts or any questions? What is this? Any questions or no? What the RBI government is telling ఏంటంటే మనం మొత్తం ఇవి చూసుకుంటాం ట్రాక్ చేసుకుంటాం బడ్జెట్ మానిటరీ పాలసీ గవర్నమెంట్ అనౌన్స్మెంట్ సిఎన్బిసి దట్ ఇస్ లేటెస్ట్ న్యూస్ ఇప్పుడు we able to relate what we are studying to the what is happening. Generally ఈ ఇంటర్వ్యూస్ ఫేసింగ్ మన ఫైనాన్షియల్ అడ్వాంటేజ్ వాట్ ఎవర్ ఇస్ హ్యాపెనింగ్ ఇన్ ద మార్కెట్ you can see in the classroom. Whatever is happening in the classroom, you can relate to the news items. Some of you summarize, then we
Very good afternoon to one and all. My name is K. Ramakrishnan. So actually today's class started with previous classes review and in which we have gone through the intrinsic value and the types of technical analysis, and after that we have started a new module called valuation of securities, and after that there are different, so in that valuation we have to find the intrinsic value of an asset. So in that finding the intrinsic value, there are three methods of finding intrinsic value. Those are balance sheet technique, discounted cash flows techniques, and relative valuation method. In that, intrinsic value is basically the value at which an investor is willing to purchase an asset or security. So we have to value the asset or security in advance of purchasing it. So it is always compared with the market price of an asset. If the market price of an asset is greater than the intrinsic value, so we are not going to purchase that. We are in the selling mode. If the the intrinsic value is less than the market price, so we will definitely buy the price as it is very, very affordable. Intrinsic value must be less than the market price. Intrinsic value must be, if the intrinsic value is less than the market price, it is overvalued.
Yes.
It is overvalued.
Yes, very yes.
Actually, intrinsic value is the price at which we are going to purchase the asset.
There are
We have to
real value.
Actually, the definition of intrinsic value. So if the intrinsic value is more than the market price, then we will definitely purchase it.
Yes, very good. Very good.
So if the intrinsic value is less than the market price, then we will sell it.
Yes.
So after that, moving on to the methods of valuation, there are three methods here. Discounted method, balance sheet method, and relative valuation method. While discussing the discounting method, we have gone through the Gordon's model, and after the Gordon model states that D0 is equal to D1 by R minus G is the formula for Gordon's model. And after that, we have discussed about the present value technique. Present value technique, that means present value of future discounted cash flows will be estimated in that value to find out the intrinsic value. And after that, estimated value for in the balance sheet technique, estimated values of assets and liabilities will be calculated. And after the intrinsic value for the relative valuation technique, we have relative valuation technique actually states that the value will be the multiple of some fundamental values like sales, earnings, and book value. So after that, we have been watching a video of RBI Governor Mr. Setikanta Das, and so that is the summary of this.
There is an attractive career option in financial journalism also. మీకు సిఎన్బిసి ఉంటుంది కదా, సిఎన్బిసిలో జర్నలిజం టీవీ5 ఫైనాన్షియల్ జర్నలిజం, దట్ మీన్స్ స్టాక్ మార్కెట్ బిజినెస్ అనాలిసిస్ చేస్తుంటారు కదా, సమ్మర్ పీరియడ్ కన్సిడర్ దట్ ఆల్సో. There is a Achilles of doubt regarding intrinsic value. ఇప్పుడు అందరికీ క్లియర్ ఇంట్రెస్ట్ వాల్యూ మార్కెట్ ప్రైస్. ఇంట్రెస్ట్ వాల్యూ మనకి ఎక్కడ కనబడుతుంది? అసలు కనబడుతుందా? ఎస్టిమేట్ మార్కెట్ ప్రైస్ మార్కెట్ ప్రైస్ ప్రతి సెకండ్ కనిపిస్తుంది. ఇంట్రెస్ట్ వాల్యూ అనేది వస్తుందని సపోజ్ కృష్ణ ఇంట్రెస్ట్ వాల్యూ 100 రూపాయలు అన్నాడు.
Difference between persons. Difference.
అది వస్తుందో లేదో మనకి తెలియదు. 20 రూపాయలు వస్తే ఇంట్రెస్ట్ వాల్యూ దేర్ ఇస్ నో సర్టెనిటీ. Intrinsic value is an estimate. Intrinsic value, it may come or it may not come. But market price is reality. Market price every second is
fluctuates.
We are buying or selling in the hope or in the thing that price will ultimately reach intrinsic value. What is our fundamental assumption? Our fundamental assumption is that price will ultimately reach the intrinsic value. If it does not reach, you are in soup.
You did not do EMI properly.
So, you understand? That is very clear. You don't know what that. I am buying or selling according to my estimate of intrinsic value. That estimate of the intrinsic value is not coming into the market right now. It may come in the future. It may come or it may not come. In the long term, I think that the price will ultimately reach the intrinsic value. Okay. That is how our framework is. Okay. Thank you.
సరిపోయిందా సరిపోయిందా నెలతో చూపిస్తూ ఉండు మనకెందుకు
నేను గ్యారెంటీ ఇస్తాను పాస్ అయిపోతాను నేను ఫ్రీగా ఇచ్చాను కదా అదే మళ్ళీ దీంట్లో వస్తే మీకు వాల్యుయేషన్ నేను అందుకే ఆయన స్టార్ట్ చేశాను సో ఈ వాల్యుయేషన్ రేట్ ఫ్రైడే సేమ్ డెవలపర్ మొత్తం మాకు వాల్యుయేషన్ అయిపోతుంది సో మీకు ఎన్ఐఎస్ డిప్లొమా సిల్వా ఈ 3 రోజులు evaluation అనేది 50% ప్రొవైడ్ ఎనీథింగ్ ఇస్ నాట్ కవర్డ్ ఎక్స్ట్రా equipment will cover Saturday.